Hi Polyphonic, this is Jade Simmons coming back at you with what I promised would be a recap of my concert production experience back in my hometown of Charleston, South Carolina. You'll know when you're ready to put on your own concert when you have a city that gives you a solid base of support, when you have a team that can help you with things like marketing, on-site logistics, and when you know that your show is beginning to outgrow what most traditional stages are offering. So now you're going to need to look for the perfect venue. I found one in the Charleston Hippodrome. It was a space that used to be an old IMAX theater. The only problem with that space is it wasn't built for acoustic sound. So out of my budget, I had to bring in sound production. So we brought in a lot of speakers. I had a sound guy, of course, running the sound. And since a lot of my show is manipulated from my laptop, I had to make sure that all of the electronics were in place and were indeed working. And it had to sound good in that space, because no matter how cool the venue looks, if the musical, the artistic experience you're offering is not up to snuff, then the whole thing is for naught. You will have to have a hook once you pick that city. Why are you returning to that city to put on this production? For me, it was my hometown, and the hook was I had not played there in almost over a decade, at least not in an official capacity. So that was my hook. The secondary hook was that I was experimenting with a program called Rachmaninoff to Rap. So I was offering the audience there, who knew me very well personally, to take kind of a new artistic journey with me. They had been hearing about me outside of my hometown and seeing what I was doing on a national level, and now I was offering them the chance to share with me on this kind of special journey. So that was a really unique hook. If I could do anything over again, as much as I love that venue, I would pick one even half the size, because it's always better to sell out the space and have people wishing they could have come than to look out and see too many empty seats. Because remember, budget-wise, Jaden, no, stay right down. I'll come get you in a second. Okay. If I could do anything over again, as much as I love the space that I was in, I would probably pick one even half the size because I would have loved to sell out the venue, which is not what I was able to do. And even though I love playing for the audience that I had, it's really great marketing-wise in the long run when you take your production to the next venue to say that you were able to easily sell at a venue. Also, what I'm trying to create is a very intimate experience, and that's easier done when people are kind of packed in like sardines, so to speak. You have to have a media plan. I'm very proud of how that went. We were able to secure 3 different print features and 2 television shows. What we did not get was radio, but it seemed like the media we did get was serve the event well. And don't be afraid to look at alternative sources of media, or don't just use the mainstream local paper. One of the best articles we had was a write-up in kind of a new, younger, hipper paper, and so they wrote about me in a way that really reflected the vibe of what the concert was going to be. And then we had 2 different TV features, one which gave a little bit more of an in-depth interview, and the other which was kind of a snippet of a performance. So those things are going to be really important. You're going to want to put out that media. I hope that it can be released at least 2 weeks in advance. What I would have loved to have been able to get, we didn't decide to do this concert until really the last minute, but if we had decided, let's say back in the summer, I would have worked on securing a media feature that would have come out maybe a solid month in advance, so that you have more time to build momentum. So that media plan is important. A social media strategy is also really crucial. One thing we didn't do, because I do have kind of a handle on my home fan base, we didn't spend a lot of time on social media because most of my followers are not in my hometown. But when you're going to a big city like a Chicago or New York, social media is going to be more and more crucial. And you want to come up with directed campaigns for that event. Include things like ticket giveaways. I know the Peoria Symphony has tweet seats where they give free seats away to people who agree to tweet throughout the concert. So those are innovative ideas that you can use. Moving forward for me, I haven't really revealed this in any kind of official way to the public, but in 2013 I'll be launching a new one-woman show, just kind of the culmination of all the things that I've been experimenting with musically, and they all solidified on the stage in Charleston. So I'm looking to produce that over and over again in the new year, and I'll do that by partnering with one important venue for the first run, and depending on the success of that, then I'll be able to market that to venues into the future. So this for me is going to be a new way of doing things. It will give me more creative control over what I'm trying to do. And this Charleston experience has provided invaluable insights into what works. So this is not a path for the faint-hearted. You should think long and hard before you go down this road, but there are benefits to be gained. Financially, if you are able to sell out your venue at a decent ticket price, don't sell yourself short when it comes to pricing. You'll stand to make more profit than you would if you just received an artist fee that most presenters will pay you. But that being said, you will have many more expenses. So you have to wait until you have a solid enough base where the math adds up. And when you have that, you'll find yourself really becoming the boss of your own art. Hope that helped. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to be producing in the near future. See you next time.